Hey, what's up? Romeo.Jake here. Welcome to my channel. This is the third episode of the Everything Growth podcast, and I'm chilling here with Nokubonga. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
So let's get straight into it. I'll start with the questions and then we'll take it from there. So first things first. Now, like in most cases, I usually realize that I've had girls complain that say it's usually weird when maybe you meet, let's say, a guy for the first time and they're already telling you say I love you, or they're telling you that say when you're my girl, be my girl, or they're already telling you that say when you're my soulmate. I feel like to some extent the way it depends on the conversation. Like sometimes if you have a now conversation with someone and you just feel like say I just want this person. I don't care. I want them now. I want them now. So how do you feel, or what's your opinion like Jen's doing that?
Okay, I'm gonna give like two sides of the thing, like my personal view and then also my generalize it, right?
Yeah.
But personally,
Yeah.
I feel like no, man. Okay, maybe you are my soulmate whatsoever, because I wouldn't really take you that seriously, or cause it could be a joke and a nice one you get.
Yeah.
But when you say you love me, hey Baba, what? Love?
Yeah.
How? No, it doesn't make sense to me. But I wouldn't advise gents to do it, honestly, because I feel like as girls we differ, obviously. Like some girls will be like, okay, but I could say like in most cases, like that phrase or sentence will just make your points go
down and down and down.
So I just even if we actually say like you wanna take it out, just please hold it a bit and then say it later. Because once you say you love me, like even when I saw you, okay, this one, when you say you love me, so but I wouldn't really advise it. But you can do it, as I've said, because as girls we're not the same and others would prefer it, but in most cases it's a no.
I feel like saying I love you, bro, on the first day, even in the first week or first month, I feel like to me, like that phrase on its own doesn't just come out easy. Because it means like love is a genuine thing, but like because now if I tell you I love you on the first day and then you ask me, say, what is it that you love about me? What am I gonna say? Like, am I gonna say I love you based on the two things that you told me? Maybe you told me maybe you have hobbies, and say I like reading, or like I don't have enough of what to go around with to say I love this and this and this and this, or so. It has to be a genuine thing. Why not? Because I feel like in most cases of what like gents wanna rise to the end product of a relationship, or like when they see for the first time, maybe they have in their mind like say once I'm dating this person, it's gonna be like this and this and this and this and this, and then they're rushing to get to that point, or so they feel like if they say I love you now we can get to that part of the relationship instead of like waiting and waiting and waiting. So one of my friends then asked me like deep questions. We were speaking about relationships, so like I'm big on relationships. I'm big on like speaking about relationships like all day, every day. If you know me, then you know what I say. So this guy asked me an interesting question about like I didn't have an answer. I didn't even answer him. I missed him in a nice way. He didn't even realize that I missed him. But he asked me like saying he has a problem, right? And it's a problem that I feel like I too at some point in my life used to struggle with. Like he told me that usually after the butterfly phase or the honeymoon phase of the relationships, or like he fails to put in the same effort or to be as consistent as he was, or like he finds it hard to like put in effort or to be there as he used to be. Like to some extent, like he loses that element of like caring to some degree. So how would you advise, like what would you say is the solution to like work around that? Like how do you continue to give more after the honeymoon phase?
That's a tough one. It's really a tough one. But I feel like at that phase I would say the most important thing is to communicate with your partner,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whenever you see there's a change in this department, your partner is no longer doing those or whatsoever, like it is very important to have those conversations. I know they're uncomfortable, they're not nice conversation, and it's not a conversation like that you would just decide to start, but it's very important that you do that, because I feel like when you communicate with your partner, talk about those things, because I feel like at that stage, as a gent girl, like it goes both ways, like you wouldn't realize there are things that you no longer do the same, like maybe you being constant, like you have decreased, like you see. So for you to be aware of those things, obviously your partner needs to bring those things up. You see, they need to make you aware, so that you know that, okay, I have to pull up my socks in this department, try to do things this way. So for me, I would say communicating, I feel like it's the big step, or the very first step that you need to take, and then from there you will see.
I feel like the one you mentioned about communication is like something that I wasn't even thinking about. I feel like it's an important point, because for the most part, even with me, that there are things that I used to do, and then you would remind me, like, say this and this, for example, like there's some passions, or maybe I used to cook more, or I used to enjoy cooking more. Now I don't do that. Or it's like, and sometimes it's just like these things, or like these habits. So it's like even you as the gent, like you even forget about them. So as the girl, or as a partner in the relationship, or don't expect it to be obvious to the other person. Because some things are more like during the honeymoon phase, or when things are effortless, or when there's genuine interest from both sides, or like things come easy, and then there's some things that you do then that kind of like fade away, or of which is like goes into something that girls usually complain about, that like say gens, or in most cases usually get them used to like an energy they can't maintain. For example, when you meet me for the first time, or the first few weeks, or like I'm doing things, and the more it's like I'm trying to sell you. I'm like a market, or some a salesman in a car dealership, or like I tell you the benefits of a car, like saying this, and the moment you buy it, you're like, now this is the car, and then you realize that no man, this is not what I wanted. What happened to this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and then to me, or like I'd say, to add on to what you said about communication, I feel like understanding each other is very important, and especially understanding each other's love language. I feel like in the early parts of the relationship, or like those things, I feel like the love language things don't really play a key role. But after the honeymoon phase of the relationship, there comes a time where you have to put in effort, or like you have to understand the way your partner prefers to be loved, or the way they feel appreciated, or I don't know how to put it, because it's like there are some things that you do, or whether they value more than others. For example, people have different love languages. I don't know if you guys are aware of love languages, but hey, or like there are things like quality time, right? Physical touch. There's like acts of service, and then there's more words of affirmation. Or for example, maybe your partner feels more loved or appreciated when you tell them that you love them, when you tell them that they're doing this and this and this and this right, or when you tell them that you liked it when she did this and this, by just using your words, right? And someone will feel appreciated when you do something for them, or to show them that you appreciate them. Maybe you fix something, maybe you wash their dishes, you wash their car, maybe you clean their room, or you do their bed. It was like that can be like some sort of like act of service, or like to when you do those things, they'll feel loved. And then the same applies, like some people, maybe it's physical touch, they'll feel more like when you cuddle them, when you hug them, when you kiss them, when you hold them, or like obviously like say you can't just do extreme things in public spaces, but hey, you get the idea. Or like work towards understanding your partner and understanding their love language. I feel like the moment you understand what makes them feel appreciated and loved, or like it is like a good foundation to work things up from there. And then that I think that it's easier dating hot girls in uni than it is dating average, or like today's gents. We usually use rating systems when it comes to attractiveness, or like the girls won't understand because they're not us, but we are visual beings for the most part, right? So for example, I would call a girl at 9, I'll rate a girl at 9, or rate them at 10, that's the maximum, and they're like 7s and stuff like that. So I feel like I usually tell gents that it's easier to date girls at the higher end of the scale, right, than people who are like average, maybe your sevens and stuff like that. So would you agree with me on that, or would you disagree?
Child. Could just come to you as a 10 and then I mean, it's not, unless again, as now things have changed and this thing of approaching or sharing is no longer like a thing of you guys, girls also do it and stuff. So I would say maybe in that way, you can get yourself a 10 as a girl. But if it's that way, you have to wait for a girl to a gent to approach you. It's tough because most of the gents body 10, hey, they
They what?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't say they are picky or whatever because everyone has their preference.
Yeah.
But a gent who's a 10 wouldn't just decide to go for.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true. There's a lot of truth in there.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's a tough world out there.
Yeah, it's really tough. So I could say on your side it could be something that's easy, but
because we're the ones approaching.
Yes, you go to the 10. So when you have us as girls, we have to wait for the 10 to come. So if the 10 doesn't come, you're not gonna get a 10.
And you've mentioned an interesting thing because you're looking at it from like both sides. Because for the most part, I've been looking at it from one side. Like say, it's girls. It's girls.
No.
So for the most part, as she mentioned, like say, as girls, usually they don't get enough people approaching them, or the people that they consider to be up there in the scale approaching them also. You just sometimes you just settle with whatever you get, or like say you see, like say, it's not quite what I want, but the one I want is not coming, so I've been waiting for months, or because I know, like say, usually like it also goes back to this thing of like baba or girl gents having fear of approaching good-looking girls, or like usually like you find that girls are usually lonely or they don't get attention from gents, or when they start asking themselves questions like say what's wrong with me and stuff like that. So
sometimes you just feel like because you guys rate us, I don't know why you guys think that whatsoever, because some gently said when you are a 5 and then you're like okay, since I'm a 5, and then even the guys who approach you give it 5, you give it 4, give it 3, give it 2, a mere 1. So you feel like okay, I'm not worth of a 10 whatsoever. And then somehow you lose that confidence in us. Even when a 10 decides to come to you like, are you lost?
There's an imbalance here.
Can't you see properly what's going on? Like, are you sure? Like, and most of the time, like, you would mess it up as a girl because you don't have that confidence and whatsoever. And
I feel like sorry.
But I would say girls don't listen to these niggas. When they say, child, you are a 10, I think I'm a 10. And it's just because when I as a nigga, you don't see me as a 10, or I'm not the cup of coffee that you prefer, doesn't make me a 2 whatsoever. No, I'm a 10 because there's a person who's gonna see me as a 10. So nah. If they say you are a 6 or a 5, don't, because your confidence whatsoever is gonna
go down.
And a shame. Another thing that I've noticed is that gents notice when your confidence is like and hey, it's not just when they say you are a 5 or you look like you tell them now you are a 10. You're a 10. Ukuthi yena ukubona kanjani? Ayifuni wena. Ratings wabo. Ayifuni wena.
Yeah, because I feel like for the most part the thing that this rating systems or this rating scales, right, usually work against us because they create these things of like leagues, or like now, for example, if I say a girl's a 10, right, and then a guy will look at that like, yo, she's a 10, or now you have some limiting beliefs, like say 10s I usually prefer guys who have money. Now it's like look at himself saying, coming with all the reasons as to why he shouldn't go to that girl or whatever. So I feel
the
like
confidence.
yeah, even on both sides, where the confidence
Exactly.
can decline, or well, not everyone is wrong. So hey,
Okay.
yeah. Because when I like, it's not that I say I can. I mean, I believe I can have everyone. Why? Because I don't believe in these things of leagues or what. I just look at everyone as like equals or like the same pressure, the same effort, or like sometimes it's not about, because I feel like a girl's attractiveness or beauty is like one part of the equation or what. Like just because she looks beautiful, that doesn't mean that the relationship with her is gonna be beautiful, or it doesn't translate directly, or it's like it plays maybe 10% of like the whole thing or what. And then there are other factors that also contribute, like personality and stuff like that. And then yeah, so yeah. Moving on to, here's an interesting thing, yeah? I usually tell people that the things, it's something that I've also mentioned before when I ask the 10 questions. I say the things that we do on default, or the things that we do naturally, that we think are gonna work, usually don't work. An example, in a relationship, or a girl will tell you, like, say, man, I want a guy who worships me, a guy who's gonna treat me like an egg, a guy who treats me softly, a guy who they tell you a billion things, man. But when they find a guy like that, man, they usually like fall out of love. Like they find a guy who does exactly what they said they want, man, and then they don't treat him with that. For example, if you look at texting, right? If you ask any girl, they'll tell you, man, I want a guy who's consistent, who sends me fast replies, or sends me like long messages, who's genuinely interested in me, whatever. And then let's say you're single, and then two guys approach you. There's me, there's him, right? And when I come, and then when I give you minimal effort, or you send me the text like at 10 a.m. When I respond like at 5, and I respond with like 2 phrases, like say okay, or something that's like minimal effort whatsoever. And there's that guy who's like always there. And it's like, in most cases, the guy who finally gets to date you is like the guy who usually ghosts you or misses you, or doesn't even send a compliment when you post a picture. Whereas the other guy is always sending you. Why do you think that is so?
I don't know if I should say they overdo it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much of a good thing. It's like water is good for you, man. But just because water is good for you, you need to drink water every day. That doesn't mean that if you take 100 liters of water today, you're gonna be healthy for the whole year. If you think you're gonna die.
Yeah.
They must give like in small quantities, or like it should be mixed, bruh. It's like
So whenever would
could they bombard you? Could they?
Now the one who time get phela manje ingathi kanti kuthiwa ngiyafa yini. Yabo, that would give you too much of that thing, and sometimes maybe ukuthi like ngeke ngikhumbule ngithi man, i-paragraph konje, when was the last time I received it whatsoever. Yabo, ngithi ngisacabanga kanjalo, ngithi ngisathi boom, na i-paragraph yabo. Not manje, I know when I open my phone I'll find it there. I know when I'll find it. No. Because
with gens like who, I don't know the right way to categorize them, who like puts minimal effort and stuff like that, there's like an element of unpredictability. You don't know what you're gonna get, or like mystery around them, or like everything's always a surprise. When you post a picture, you don't know whether it's gonna compliment you, it's gonna minus it, or just look at it, or even check it.
Yeah.
So I feel like gens like that always like kind of like stand out. Because it's like you may find that there are gens who do the right thing or do what they feel is the right thing, of like, and let's say it's 5 gens who are doing that, let's say, and then there's only 2 gens who are like doing the other things of like not doing. So these 2 gens I feel like will stand out on you, like you will be more interested in seeing what's wrong with this one, because to you it will be like, you feel like say everyone is doing this, nah? And then there's these 2 who are doing their own thing. Like, say, what's wrong with this one? You'll try to bring them to this side. Like, say, can I be the one who sends them more things? And then I can put them this side. And in your attempt to like bring them this side, that's where you fall in love, or you become more interested, and you catch feels and stuff like that.
But yeah, shame. I don't know. Honestly, maybe other girls would say, why? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just find myself in that situation. I do things the way he has mentioned. I don't know why. Maybe it's a demon that attacks us. Like, I don't know. Because, like, you know, most of the time, like, women or we as girls would always choose a toxic nigga over a good guy.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why. I don't know.
How things are.
I don't know.
How
Like,
things are.
toxic, I feel like they have that. I don't know how to explain. Let me not even try to put words that are. It's not coming. It's not coming. But yeah. But all I can say is, gents, like, don't be toxic. Don't be toxic. Be a good guy.
Yeah.
But don't be too good. Don't be
someone who feels like don't do too much.
Don't be too much. Yeah, because when you overdo and it's a problem.
You know, like when I say this, like yes, guys who like we like how to guys. I don't have that how to guy because I'm not that guy, bro. I'm not that guy. If I want, I'll give you that. But yeah, so dates, ne? A lot of my friends who go out on dates usually tell me like say because they're gentlemen or like they end up paying for the whole thing or like, I mean or like if you have money or like there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're on a student budget or a FAT, the girls have to be considerate now. So how would you say is the best way to go about the contributing things? Because for me, I feel like it's good to talk to you to talk about it with your partner, before you go there and to transact the man and you just I don't know how it's gonna go. Transact the rough estimate of how much y'all think you're gonna spend and then combine it before you get there. So that how would you say is the best way to go about things?
First things first, let's start with the very first date.
First
date, it's on a agenda. First date, you can't let me pay on the first date. Like what?
Yeah.
No.
But you have some.
Don't. No. That's a no. First date as a gent, you have to pay for everything. Like even if because we have I don't know, but like for example, I would say no, it's okay, I'll pay for my food whatsoever. Hey, okay, now I'm taking files whatsoever. It's a trap. Don't do it. Don't. Even if she says, hey, don't. Make sure on a first date you pay everything, cover the bill for the thingy. And then on the second date, also these things like they depend on your relationship, the state or at what level or whatsoever. I don't know.
I'm talking about the serious level, not the beginning. The beginning you have to do everything.
First date, okay, the gent pays. Second one, you can pay.
Yeah.
You can pay as a gent. Again, full.
Yeah.
But there could be an exception, like when she insists on paying for the whole thing.
Yeah.
But nakona, at least for the second time, vumela akokele ukwake pay. And then you pay for yourself. Not for the whole thing. Yeah. And then after that, then you can there'll be all on the thingy. What am I saying? Oh yeah, on the first part, let's say the third date, I initiate the date. Let's go to the date whatsoever. Then I'm gonna cover for the thing because I'm the one who initiated the date. Right? So you can choose to use that thingy all the time. Okay. Each person who initiates the date pays for the bill, right? Right. Or you can say, okay, obviously you are in a serious relationship. You have to know each other's finances, whatsoever, what's happening. Hey babe, this month I want us to go on a date, but it's a bit tight.
Yeah. We
talk it out. No, I'll cover it up. You see, next time you'll do it. Yeah. Communication.
But yeah, in a situation when like your finances as a gender like in the right place, I let's say working now, maybe you have money, serious money, or big bags. If you're a millionaire, bro, you're making millions, there's nothing wrong with paying all the time. Like you have the money, or she's a girl, you have to treat her right, stuff like that. if you're not sure what to pay, or like I say, I don't know on what occasion she'll pay, but I'll never really allow her to pay. But yeah, that's when you have money. But right now, as a student, if you're someone who's still struggling or so, yeah, you can operate the way she said, or the way she suggested. Now my English is like fading away. See what's happening? Yeah. So, final question to wrap things off, ne? Why do girls never text first? Or is it the same reason why they never approach first? Or what?
Text. Like, wait.
It's rare for a girl to initiate a conversation, like, or to text you, like, even if, let's say, you meet a girl, man, or you delete her numbers, and you tell her, like, say, text me. She'll never do it. I don't know why. Like, why do you think that is so?
Yo. Ish.
Do you guys forget? What's happening?
I mean, I could say as girls, we are most likely to text the people that we like. Not like maybe like to like in that, but like to like.
Yeah.
And if I don't like you, I'm not gonna text you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text you, and yeah, I feel like
it's based on interest.
It's based on interest.
If I'm genuinely interested in you, I'll try by all means to try to make it work or try to.
Because even if like you text me and I don't like you, then I'm likely to do some weird shit. Ghost you, not respond, whatsoever. But yeah.
Interesting.
And if they text, if we text, means that we like you. Obviously not maybe in that way or maybe in that way.